Okay, this is not a real hard assignment. Solve the equation. This is called F1 and F2. You do not multiply them. You want to keep them so they are not multiplied. What you do is you set the inside of F1 equal to 0, because either this factor or this factor could equal 0. Because here's the deal. If I'm timesing, 0 times any number is 0. So what you do is you set the inside of F1 equal to 0, x plus 4, and then the inside of F2 equal to 0. This can only be done with 0. It's called the zero product rule. Zero product rule means that something times another thing equals 0. Well, either this or this can equal 0. Now you go solve them. Between the x and the 4 you have a plus sign. The opposite of plus is minus. You take out the plus 4 with a minus 4. 0 minus 4 is negative 4. Now over here you have minus 2. Between the x and the 2 you have a minus 2. The opposite of minus 2 is plus 2. And x equals 2. So negative 4 and 2 are the answers. Okay, next one, F1, F2. So x minus 7 could equal 0. And then 2x plus 5 could equal 0. So between the x and the 7 we have a minus sign. The opposite of minus is plus. X equals 7. Over here you have two numbers on the x side. Between the 2 and the x you have a times. Put a dot. Now, circle that. And between the x and the 5 you have a plus. So first you have to take out the plus 5 with a minus 5. So 2 times x. 0 minus 5 is negative 5. Now you're not done. You have a times 2, you take that out with a divide by 2. So you take negative 5 divided by 2. Negative 2.5. Okay, next problem. F1, F2. So 7x plus 5 equals 0. And then x plus 3 equals 0. Okay, so between 7 and x, there's no symbol. That means times. Between x and 5, you have a plus, so you circle the times. And first out, you take out the plus 5 with a minus 5. 0 minus 5 is negative 5. Then you take out the times 7 with a division by 7. So you take negative 5 divided by 7. I get this weird looking answer here. So when I get a decimal that just never ends, here's what you do. You keep that, don't clear it, keep it on the screen. You tap second, then this PRB button, and then equals. Second PRB equals, and that'd be negative 5 over 7. Okay, then between the x and the 3 you have a plus sign. You take out the plus operation with a minus operation. And 0 minus 3 would be negative 3. Okay, next one, F1, F2. So F1, you have 3x minus 4 equals 0. F2, you have 7x plus 6 equals 0. So I see two numbers on the x side. So you have times 3 and minus 4. So you take out the minus 4 with a plus 4. So 3 times x equals 4. Then you take out the times 3 with a divide by 3. So you take your calculator, you divide 4 by 3. Okay, I don't like that. That goes on forever. So you hit second. And second shows up on the screen. PRB equals 1 1/3. And over here, you got a times 7 and a plus 6. So you get rid of your positives, plus 6 with a minus 6. 0 minus 6 is negative 6. Then you divide both sides by your 7. So times 7 is gotten rid of with a plus, so I take negative 6 divided by 7. I second PRB, negative 6 over 7. I'm fine with decimals as long as they're not those ones that just go on forever. Okay, now on the next page, F1 is the outside, put it in parentheses, F2 is here. So you have 3x equals 0, or x minus 4 equals 0. So between 3 and x there's no symbol, so I put a times and circle it. Now I go straight to dividing by 3. 0 divided by 3 is 0. 0 divided by anything, 0. Now between the x and the 4, you have a minus sign, okay? You get rid of the minus with a plus 4. 0 plus 4 is 4, x equals 4. Okay, my next problem. F1, F2. So negative 2x could equal 0, or x plus 6 could equal 0. So between the 2 and the x, you don't see a symbol. See, it's not a minus because it'd be between the 2 and the x. If it was, it's a times, okay? So you get rid of your times negative 2 with a divide by negative 2, because negative 2x means negative 2 times x. Then 0 divided by any number is 0. Now over here, between the x and the 6, there's a plus sign, so you get rid of your 6 with a minus 6. So 0 minus 6 is negative 6. Okay, next one, F1, F2. Okay, so you have 5x could equal 0, and then x plus 4 equals 0. Okay, so between the 5 and the x, that's no symbol at all, so that's times, and you get rid of a times with division. 0 divided by 5 is 0. Okay, over here, between the x and the 4 is a plus, you get rid of a plus 4 with a minus 4. 0 minus 4 is negative 4. Okay, next one, F1, F2. So inside of F1 you have negative 7x equals 0, and then over here you have 2x plus 3 equals 0. So when you have a number sitting right in front of the x with no symbol in between, that means multiplication. Okay, so you get rid of the times negative 7 with a divide by negative 7, and 0 divided by anything, 0. Now over here, times 2 plus 3, so you get rid of the plus 3 with a minus 3. And then you divide each side by 2. You get rid of the times 2 with the divide by 2 to get the x by itself. So you have negative 3 divided by 2. I'm fine with that decimal, just I don't like those ones that go on forever. Okay, now the second part of this, it says simplify. That's your directions. You're not solving for x, you're simplifying. We kind of went over this before. You take 8 divided by 2, that's 4. Now here's what and then you need to divide the x to the third by the x to the second. Here's how this is going to work. You're going to make a division line, and x to the third means 3 x's multiplied together. X to the 2 means 2 x's multiplied together. Now what happens in division is we cancel, and we have an x remaining. So x. Okay, negative 10 divided by 2, these are called your coefficients. You divide those. Negative 10 divided by 2 is negative 5. Now x to the 6 means we have 6 x's. And then x to the 4th means we have 4 x's. So then you cancel them. And you have 2 x's remaining, so it's x to the 2nd power. Okay, now there's nothing to divide the 8 by, so the 8's not going to get divided. It's going to stay 8. Okay, x to the 7th means 7 x's. 6, 7. X to the 5th means 5 x's. How many x's are left? 2. X to the 2nd. They should be on top. Not dividing the 7, so x to the 2nd means 2 x's, and just a solo x means 1 x. Okay, So I have x, it'd be 7x.